Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video here on Raid Shadow Legends, and today's video is going to be a little bit of an update here of my progress on Esme the Dancer. We do have the launching, I guess, of the Esme's Hero Path event, which is my very first time doing a Path event. So this is going to be interesting to take a look at it and whether or not this is reasonable for me to clear or not. Now, I've done a spreadsheet on like all of the fragments that I still need to get and where there's wiggle room in order for me to get her unlocked. And I guess this is where I'm at a little bit of a crossroads and wondering whether or not this is possible to do still for my account, or whether or not I have hit the end of my rope, at least as far as getting a full unlock for Esme, largely free to play, right? Like I don't buy things typically with regards to this, but I'm just wondering whether or not I'm going to make it anymore. Now, if you find the information in this video helpful, I would also appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for all things Boilon and Raid Shadow Legends. So do that, and let's get started. And before we get started with the rest of the video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started an account on Raid Shadow Legends yet, then you can download the game using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen, or using the link in the description down below to get yourself a free Epic Rector draft alongside some other freebie resources which you'll use. Also, by account level 15, you will get yourself this Ugo, who is one of the best epic characters in Raid Shadow Legends. I am using them every single day on my roster, so don't delay, and they'll definitely help you out in your start. All right, so the Dancer's Path went live. Okay, I haven't really spent my energy on anything yet, but to get points for this, well, you have to basically farm or get, artifacts and accessories, or, you get points through shards here, of course, with a lot of points given to sacred shards. No surprise there, of course. But I actually calculated all this stuff up, like the average of what I would need, energy and all of that stuff, and it's a lot. So, what it looks like is there's 25 fragments available for Esme in this event. Now, I don't necessarily need to clear all of it, but the problem is that there's only 115 shards, fragments up for grabs for Esme out of a total of 100. So out of this entire 2 weeks of Esme, I can only afford to miss out on like 15 of them. And I do have a breakdown. I actually did my own little spreadsheet just so I could keep track of the events and what's going on. But you can see here for the variety of points needed, I would probably have to get at least 15 fragments in this event to stay competitive and maybe have a chance of finishing her to 100 fragments, right? So, I need to basically go down here, go down both of the sides, essentially, which cost 3,500, 75, 13,500, 16,500, basically on the left. And then I think we would have to grab the key as well. So that's 17.5 on each side. So that's 35,000 points plus one of these. So 35,500 plus this one here in the middle, 38,500. And I did some math on the artifacting a little bit. For me and my roster, I'm averaging, I would say, rank 5 artifacts in the rare to epic category. So I would say maybe like 20, let's just for sake of rounding, like 30 points, right? What did I say? 35,500, right? So, if I was just farming artifacts, like it would need to be 35,500 divided by 30, just let's say. And that's like 1183 times that I would need to clear, and get a drop, right? Which is crazy. And I think the average energy cost is about 14. So I'm looking at 16. Like, is this right? Am I mathing this right? That I would need 16,000 just on artifact farming. Like, I would need 16,500 energy in 3 days to get this cleared. So I'm assuming this is not meant to be done with just that, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to close that. We're supposed to, supplement this with sacred shards, like without a doubt. Like that's what I'm getting out of this, because 4,500 is a lot, right? Like in terms of energy points, like let's say it was 30, right? So 30 per drop on average, that's like 150 drops, right? In times like by 14 energy, assuming that I even get it all right, that'd be like 2,100 energy here for one sacred shard, which is insane. So primal shards as well, 1,800. It's not bad, but like it's going to supplement My problem is I could do that. So right, if we look at like what I have available in my roster right now, I don't see myself getting any more sacred shards right this minute. It's not something I could pick up on demand without paying for it. That's two sacred shards and one primal shard, so that's about a third, probably a third of what I need. I do have ancient shards, but I don't feel like the value for that, especially since there's nothing going on right now in the summoning events. That's the other thing too, I guess. So I did this spreadsheet. I kind of want to just share this with you guys. Yeah, I broke this down. So for Esme the Dancer, this is what I've cleared so far, right? In the events that are upcoming and what we have, right? So I did Dungeon Divers. I literally just cleared that tonight, or as of recording the video, and I cleared this. Great, it's gone now. I cleared that Champions Training. That was pretty early on. I cleared that as well. So 10 fragments there. So 20 Artifact Enhancement 1. I did clear this. Someone gave a really great idea in my previous video saying that to upgrade all of the gear pieces that I have to level 4 and then sell it. That way I actually made a profit a little bit on that money. And so I wasn't actually losing money. It was tedious as all hell, I'll admit, like going through each of my gear pieces. Going through each of my gear pieces, upgrading them to level 4. You can see that I did this in a variety of gear pieces, but I haven't actually sold some of them off yet. I did that, and yeah, I did end up clearing this, but I'm pretty broke on silver now. I'm under 2 million silver, so for when the next time when this runs around, which is going to be on February the 16th, which is pretty soon, right? It's going to be like in a day and a half, I think, before that starts. I'm gonna have to sell off some of the stuff that I upgraded to level 4, but I'm not 100 like I basically have to clear this, right? Like I have to clear all 3 of these because there's just very little wiggle room on the fragments, and that's where I am a little bit concerned. So let's just assume we clear this, even though I'm not 100% sure if I am, right? And so Hero's Path is worth 25. And then the other problem down here is the Champion Chase is worth 15. So these are the 2 events that I'm most concerned about. I think that I can do Champion Training because I did this the first time, so I don't see why not. Classic Arenas, I'm not sure if that's a problem. And then the farmable ones, Dragon and Ice Golem, I did the other 2, so I think this is reasonable as well. So where I'm most concerned about for Esme is the Champion Chase, which is summoning, right? And on the 21st, so that's still another week away, but not enough time for me to really build. If I blow my shards on this one to clear it, I would eat. So here's the thing, right? I can miss 15 points, 15 fragments. So I can completely skip the Champion Chase, but then I have to literally clear everything else in order to finish Esme. Which means I need to get the 25 on the Hero's Path. And that's where I'm a little bit concerned because that would be even more, right? I would need to get all of this down the middle, which I did not include previously. And as far as extra points go, I think I said 37,500, something like that. And then so like this would be an extra 20, like an extra 40,000 just for the center. So that's almost more than what it would cost to get the 15. So here's the dilemma, right? Do I take the 5 or do I try and push for the 15? But then I still need to get 10 out of 10 on the 10 out of 15 I would need to get on the Champion Chase. Is that viable by then? I'm not sure. Maybe. But I guess my account's not really in the position where I'm picking up a ton of, ancient shards, void shards, and primal shards on a more regular or even sacred relic. Like I am not farming the things that I need to do because I can't do these kinds of things more regularly. And so maybe this is just a function of my account. And that's where I'm curious to hear from you guys, possibly the more experienced players on this matter, whether or not this is even a viability for me or not. Should I throw in the towel, or is there a way forward? I could, like I said, I could blow all of this 4 points for the path, right? I could 2 sacred shards. I might with farming. I might be able to do this because I think after Fire Night closes, which it should be actually, you know what? It's not even gonna be closing anytime soon. I'm almost already finished this. I'm not sure where I'm going to make up the points, and that's where I'm at a little bit of a loss. As far as my clan boss progress goes, like obviously there's going to be a lot of ways to get shards from here, and where I really need to push a little bit further, to get some of these things cleared eventually, right? Because these are where you're going to find more of these bigger shards on a daily basis where I just don't have them. And so again, this could just be a function of my account where I'm currently at, and then I'm not prepared, or my account's not ready, especially without spending, right, to clear the path events. It's a little bit disappointing because I think I'm going to be pretty close. right? Like if I push the path event, I could be about 10 fragments away from summoning Esme. Maybe I would give in and just pay the rest of the way, right? Because I heard that you can do that as well. Um, I'm really close, right? And I guess that's the disappointment, is whether or not I should continue pushing. I might try anyways, right? And try to do that, see how much progress I can make, and maybe supplement the rest somehow. I'm just not sure if it's feasible for my account without spending at this point, and that's kind of what the conclusion that I've come to, I guess, for this one. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and of course, if you haven't started playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, we've been talking about it a lot, but just in case you haven't, there is a QR code at the top right hand of the screen and a link in the description down below where you can get yourself, of course, some freebies, including an epic Rector Drath immediately upon finishing the tutorial, as well as an epic Ugo at account level 15 as well. Both characters that I use every single day. So again, let me know what your thoughts are about Esme the Dancer in the comments down below. I would be very curious to hear more about that. So that's it for now, everyone. And until next time, stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.